Ology. If you're new around here, please subscribe, give this video a like. If not, if you don't like the video, give it a dislike. I feel, well, feel free to choose whether you like it or not, of course. Welcome back to a brand new episode of F1 car versus F2 car. This is the series where we take each week a Formula 1 car and put it up against a Formula 2 car, of course. And obviously today, or this weekend, is the penultimate round in the Formula 1 Championship. Overall, after this Grand Prix, we've only got left Abu Dhabi, and then that is officially the end of F1 2019. Tell a lie though, it isn't, because obviously F1 2019, I believe, does have a 3-day test at the circuit of Abu Dhabi after the race, of course, starting on the Monday follows, or Tuesday follows, not too sure, have to check that, but of course, then that will be the end of F1 racing. But yeah, you know, overall really, the well, the 1st of December will be the end of Formula 1 Grand Prix. This is the penultimate round, the second to last race now, effectively. So yeah, now obviously this series, basically what it is, it's just a series where I take a Formula 2 car, put up against an F1 car to see which one is the fastest. Of course, 9 times out of 10 it is the Formula 1 car. I haven't come across, well, 10 times out of 10 it's Formula 1 car, but of course that's not the point. The point of this series is to show you, the viewer, and to find out for myself, obviously, how much of a difference is a Formula 2 car compared to a Formula 1 car? What is the difference? You know, and where time is won and lost. So, yeah, we're going to find that out today, of course, for the circuit of Brazil. Now, obviously, I used Premium, I believe, last time. I'm going to use either the Sauber or the Campos. I may use the MP or the BWT, which I've resigned, obviously, so I can't use that car. I'm not going to use the Arden, because I've resigned that car for the entire season, sort of thing, because that was Anton Hubert's car, so I don't want to use it, really. I think we'll use the Sauber this week, Sauber Junior car, so, yeah, you know, overall, we'll see. Obviously, Brazil, it's one of my favourite circuits on the F1 calendar, overall. One of my favourite historical circuits. There's so much history to this place, in fact there is, and it's a circuit actually that means a lot to me, because obviously back in 2012, that final race of the season, absolutely phenomenal, don't get me wrong, probably one of maybe the top 5 races I've ever watched personally. But obviously, being a Sebastian Vettel fan, obviously, it meant a whole lot more on the day that Vettel won his 3rd championship at the circuit of Sao Paulo. So what we'll do 3 laps, obviously, unless I'm happy with the first lap, of course. If I'm happy with the first flying lap, then guess what? We just put on a setup, and we see whether or not we can go faster, or whether or not we won't go any faster. So anyway, let's open up DRS, let's just get used to the car, get used to the BWT, of course. Up the hill we go then, across the line, braking, downhill turn 1 is, and that caught me off just a little bit, so it's only time to be found through turn 1 and turn 2, as we power our way out of turn 3, then heading into turn 4. This is where Vettel was punted around by, I think it was Bruno Senna, it was, on the day. And this was also the position where Vettel was sort of handed the position, I guess, by Michael Schumacher to clinch his 3rd championship. So, yeah, because Michael didn't want to be seen as the driver delaying or holding up the championship in waiting on the day, which I think was a nice little touch from one German to another, if you get where I'm coming from. So downhill then, first lap, not going to be anything spectacular, I don't think. certainly time to be found. In fact, a lot of time to be found, I would have said. But up the hill. As we power once again our way up the hill and across the line for first lap. And it's 21.5 actually. So, not too sure how that ranks. Again, turn one, a bit tricky actually. And we're going around, aren't we? Yeah. Right, I'm going to restart it. So, yeah, turn one a bit tricky because it's off camber downhill. It's just catching me out on my braking a little bit. Some of the corners are. So, certainly tricky circuit, get right in a Formula 2 car. So, first lap done. By the way, for an attempt to count or for a lap to count, it has to at least be half the lap. So that's better turn one. So I'm going to restart again. Well, that was a much better turn one than there, so it shows I'm adapting to the car. And that's the thing about these Formula 2 cars. What I find is the more laps you do, the more use you get to these F2 cars. You know, it's just, I don't know, there's something about them. The more laps I do anyway, the more quick I tend to get in these F2 cars. Of course, eventually you will hit that peak, should we say, or that maximum of what the car is capable of. But at the end of the day, it's all about adapting to the machinery around you. So that's already a much better first sector. A little bit of a slide, but not too bad. We're still improving, and we're a second up overall. So, up the hill. And back down it. Keep the car nice and calm. Curb. Then. Ooh, that was close to a spin. So a little bit more time, I think, is still in this car and in the lap overall. I'm going to say another 2 or 3 tenths.
So far, our fastest lap
possible.
is a 1:20.2.
So that was a decent lap. Haven't driven one of these Formula 2 cars for such a long time actually. And this is going to be another improvement. How much by? So far 7 tenths. So this, I think, is where I will say that's the best lap without a setup I can do. And that is technically 3 laps. So there we go. So we, on the world leaderboard, 464th position. So that's not bad. We're in easily, I'd say, the top 50 or whatever. Let's actually see where we are. We're in top 23 actually. So yeah, I said that. We're easily in the top 50. So right, what we're going to do now, we're going to actually take the best setup, okay, from this car, which is this one here. We're going to apply that. And try and see what or how much of a difference does that genuinely make. Being a small circuit, times will be I guess the word we should use is compressed, as in the gap or the time difference. I wouldn't expect to find seconds or light years with this setup, or any setup really around here, because it's a small circuit, so meaning, like, you know, it could show a lot more compressed at times. But let's see. So, Hal's car feels pretty good so far through turns 1, 2 and 3. Does feel like maybe gaining a little bit also on the straights. The car feels as though massively more stable through the corners, and I think that's what's going to be key here, is that cornering. Only finding time in each corner, more or less. So 4/10 up. So this has been again another fairly good, solid improvement, and it's going to be into the 118s. Then it's a 118.9. Then that's very good, or happy with that, should I say? We're on world leaderboard, 200th to be exact. So. Yeah, that's a very good lap time then there indeed, for me anyway. So yeah, overall, 200th on the world leaderboard. I'm happy with that. 280th on the leaderboard. I'm still happy with that. That's a very, very good time. It's a solid time overall, I think, personally. Yeah, I can't really ask for any more. Now, we're gonna go with obviously, the McLaren, obviously. Reason why I'm going with McLaren is because of Ayrton Senna, of course. Ayrton Senna drove for McLaren, and he had his most success in the McLaren. So yeah, really, for me, it'd be wrong to drive any other car. For sure, I could drive a Ferrari, I could drive a Mercedes, but we'll do that at the end. You know, I may make it a shootout next week between two cars in terms of, you know, Ferrari versus Mercedes, then next week at Abu Dhabi versus maybe two Formula 2 cars, just to let you aware. We'll shorten over laps on how many laps I can give each car, sort of thing. But this week, anyway, obviously we're using the McLaren. Again, same rule, we go out, if I feel like I've set a lap that is very, very good, straight away, that I can't personally beat, then that will be that. Now, that's not what we want already. Making a small error or a small spin, just getting a bit too early on the throttle pedal. And here we go then, in the McLaren, and yeah, in a way, as I say, McLaren, obviously, Ayrton Senna, Brazil, to me, just goes hand in hand. Also, this was actually where McLaren's last win came. I doubt they're gonna win again this year. But it is still the home of McLaren's last Grand Prix victory. And broke way too late, also got a bit of a crash there. That's what caused that. Again, going also, by the way, from F2 to Formula 1 can cause me a little bit of problems, or a little bit of a headache, if you understand where I'm coming from. Because everyone is so much faster than F2. 9 times out of 10. So, it can take a small while to adapt to the Formula 1 car speed. Don't take too long though. Takes like a lap or two. So up the hill again. That was a mistake on my part, I shall say, again. Also, I've been practicing cockpit cam for a while now. I'll probably feel better in cockpit cam as well. Because in using T-cam, it's a bit awkward now, or it feels a little bit funny to me right now. So right now, on our second attempt, if by the way we don't get a clean lap in, don't worry too much, we'll just take the best invalid lap. I'm pretty sure we will. Again, lap time will be invalid. I want to do like a 1:10 to 1:9, that's the aim. Because then that'll be a pretty solid lap in my opinion. Oh, for crying out loud, I'm going to restart the lap. Literally, the top of the hill is, I think, the toughest part of this circuit, especially when it comes to time trial, because literally, it's so easy to run out wide. It's because it's a very flat curb, if that makes sense. So you want to run out wide a little bit to try and open up also the next corner. Also, sometimes the curve on the right, which happened certainly on the last lap, sort of bounced me across the circuit a little bit. So I basically got pushed out into that position. I don't know what happened there. Just car didn't stick to the road. I know we're having a lot more attempts in this McLaren than maybe we should be doing right now. Probably should be taking best now invalid lap, which is a 1:11.2, which is actually 10 seconds, no, less than that, sorry. We did at 18.9, so 7 seconds faster a lap right now. Alright, returns 1 and 2 through the center S's, then open up the car. Use maximum power down this straight, open up DRS, brake into turn 4. Through turn 4 quite nicely. Up the hill. Hopefully this time don't take too much curb. That's just about right then there. Slow the car down. All about traction out of these corners, and more traction you get, a little bit of wheel spin out of that corner, but that's okay, still got time. Good exit, that's what we're focusing on here, and we're 6 tenths up on our invalid lap, 7 tenths, so climb up the hill now, cross the line, it's a 1:10.5, not too bad in my opinion. A 10.5 around here. That, so right, question has now been answered. A Formula 1 car is 8 seconds faster per lap, or this McLaren is. Now we're going to go back to the garage and we're going to put on the best setup. Then we're going to go back out in the Ferrari this week, and we're going to use the best setup again in the Ferrari to see how much time we can find in that Ferrari, of course. And Ferrari should be pretty quick around here, in my opinion, given the fact, well, it's got the best engine on the grid, it's the most slippery of cars, and it has the improved downforce aero package. So, yeah, should be the quickest out of all the cars. Don't worry if it's invalid this lap, I don't really care, just about seeing how much faster with the setup we can get. But well, I'm gonna just restart because that grass caught me out. Doing a bit of lawn mowing right now. Use the banking just to build up the speed again. And sometimes actually, that's sometimes literally what I do in qualifying. I use that banking there just to give you a little bit more speed, because you know that can actually help. But right now, I'm not going faster, not finding any time right now. Well, this is a bit slow. Right, let's try again. One final more attempt in the McLaren. We can improve, that's good. If not, oh well. We were gaining though towards the end of the lap, which shows some sort of improvement. Okay, right, we're now going to go in the Ferrari, and yeah, the Ferrari should be massively quicker regardless, okay? I wouldn't actually suspect the Ferrari to be slower, but right, the difference between, let's say, the McLaren and obviously the Sauber F2 car is 8 seconds. How much more time can we now find in the Ferrari is the ultimate question. I reckon we can probably find easily, well, we should find a second worth of lap time. Anything beyond about a second and a half is a very good lap. Anything beyond 2 seconds is a very, well, incredible lap. So, yeah. There is time certainly there in the car. Easily. Got to be. But we'll soon find out. So here's the Ferrari, obviously, personal best 110. Obviously this car does handle better to that degree. It is faster, more slippery in a straight line. I don't know why I'm cutting the chicane though, or not chicane, but that little bank in the road. So prediction for the weekend, well, I reckon it will be a Ferrari pole. Just gotta be really, I think, for Ferrari. But otherwise, for the win and for, you know, everything else, well, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if it was a Mercedes win. But having said that, I would like to see a Ferrari win again at some point, because we haven't now won as a team or a race since Singapore. Now Ferrari hasn't won. So, you know, even though Singapore, you know, Italy and Belgium were good memories, I guess, for Ferrari fans and for anyone around the world who supports Ferrari in the slightest, would have good fond memories of them two tracks. But at the end of the day, it's also quite a while now since the last Ferrari victory. In fact, 2 months since the last Ferrari victory. So, yeah, you know, it's quite a distant memory, of course. And that's the thing, you know. Right. So, right, only gained 0.3 on this lap. Probably doing too much talking, not enough focusing. 0.4 for improvement. Still improvement though. So, obviously, hopefully we can improve by more. Hopefully that isn't the best of what we've just done, because that is terrible if it is. I do know I can do a 109. But right now, only 3 seconds away from the actual best lap time as well. Anyway, right, we'll give it one more final go. Otherwise, we'll just accept that 10.04, which isn't my best, trust me. I do know that's not my best, you know, ever. Do know I've got more time in the bag than that. This lap's been better. Yeah, this lap is better by quite a way. I'll accept this one. So a 109.6. That's a little bit better. I can do a 109 flat, sorry. Almost into the 108s even at times. But yeah, today, for whatever reason, just not getting the groove of it. So yeah, there we go then. That's the end of today's video. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you do leave a like. If you have, well then leave a like. Comment down below who you think will win the Brazilian Grand Prix, who you think will be also on pole for the Brazilian Grand Prix, and until the next time folks, see you next time for what will be the final episode of F1 car versus F2 car for the 2019 season, of course, which I may make it into like a bit of a special episode, because obviously, as you can understand, you know, obviously, well, put it this way, it's final race, so it should be a special occasion. A bit like the first race. I think that always has to be a bit of a special one as well. But first and last are always special occasions. See you next time.